you're of a certain age, a certain fitness level, financially stretched, or perhaps all of the above, walking may be the only realistic regular exercise option open to you. Personally, I don't see any of those as a restriction. Instead, I see that as an opportunity to reframe the mindset. I wanted to show you my Apple Watch stats for today's walk, which is quite typical for most days for me. Walking at a nice brisk pace for 90 minutes meant that in one fell swoop I managed to hit 10 kilometers, 12,000 steps, and burn around 650 calories. That's 2.85 Mars bars. And the reason I want to show you this is to demonstrate that you can get huge benefits by merely showing up daily and doing something active that doesn't hurt. Last December, I decided to log all of my walking activity for the upcoming year. I needed something I could focus on, and with social media throwing the 10,000 steps a day at me stat, I thought, let's start there. You math geniuses have already worked it out, haven't you? That's 3.65 million steps per year. Now, obsessing about numbers is one thing, and just doing is entirely another. But despite that, I'm delighted to say I'm ahead of that target so far. Just finished week 36, and I'm up to 3.25 million steps, which is just under 2,500 kilometers. Give or take, that's London to Madrid and back. Just for putting one foot in front of the other and getting into a regular routine. I'm not a great runner. I've never really enjoyed running, but I totally understand why people do it. But it just wasn't for me. I always felt that the reward wasn't worth the physical and the mental pain. I always enjoyed the dopamine hit of finishing runs. If I'm honest with you, it made me suffer. On the physical side, shin splints, cramps, muscle pain, that kind of thing would prevent me from committing to something that I really needed to do 3, 4, 5 times a week to really benefit. On the mental side, I just felt really conscious of looking like a wheezy, waddling fat lemon, even though deep down I knew that nobody really cared. Nobody would judge me, nobody would even look at me. That's pure psychology in action right there. If I wanted to, I could probably squeak out a 5k now in about half an hour, but I'd feel cumbersome, slow, generally useless. I probably wouldn't do the same for another 2 or 3 days. Even in my prime, 3 runs a week was probably my limit. This next image shows what I would be estimating in terms of calorie burn for a 90-minute walk for my weight and age and my pace. And with that in mind, I'm currently doing around 70 kilometers a week. And from my calculations, it looks like I'm actively burning an additional 4,500 calories a week. Just for comparison, 3 5-kilometer runs per week would yield around about 1,400 active calories burned. So when you put it in those terms, daily brisk walking wins by a distance. It soon became clear to me that walking was the key to unlocking sustainable long-term fitness, especially for those of us over 50, but frankly for anyone. Pushing myself too hard would mean days of inactivity. This way I'm turning up every day. This way I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and this way it doesn't feel like it's a burden. But these statistical wins are nothing compared to the mental health benefits, which I'd never thought would be possible just by being consistent and being there, and being gentle with myself if I did have the inevitable bumps in the road and wobbles. So the moral of my personal story is to get out there and walk your way to contentment. All it costs you is shoe leather and a little bit of time. And I'd be delighted to help you on that journey. A journey to sustainable long-term health, but without the need to run yourself into the ground. If that sounds like something you could get your teeth into, then please hit follow and share this post. Please reach out if you need any tips. My DMs are open, and let's see if we can all walk our way to happiness.